Hello, welcome to another session. Today I'm gonna try to go through a fantastic song from Kings of Convenience called Winning a Battle, Losing a War. And I'm just playing the sort of the basic riff that is done with the nylon string guitar, because I think it's really nice and interesting. Then the rest of the song is also cool with the second guitar, but I was always fascinated about this, and I used to try to learn it, and I just couldn't figure out how he was doing that, because it just wasn't easy at all. I mean, it was like impossible almost. So I finally understood and read online that what he does is he tunes the guitar differently. So what you have to do is take your second string and tune it down to an A. So that's how it should sound. So the rest of the tuning is exactly as standard. So from E to E is E, A, G, D, A, E. And there you go. So that's how it sounds, and then we'll go through it. Okay, so this is essentially just two positions. First one is on the 6th fret, second one is on the 1st fret. They're a little tricky, so it takes a little bit of time to get used to them, especially the left wrist has a sort of I don't know, it took a while for me to get there. Takes practice, I guess. So the first position is this. So what you do is have your pinky on the 8th fret of the 2nd string, the ring finger on the 8th fret of the 5th string, and your index finger on the 6th fret of the 6th string. This is how it sounds. The other strings can be sort of left open, so the 1st, 3rd and 4th string. So what you do, so the first few ones you start with the E, and then you do 2nd and 3rd string without ever moving your left hand. And then, so 6th string, 2nd, 3rd, ringing open, and then simultaneously plucking the 1st and 4th string. And after picking those two strings, you pick again the 2nd and the 3rd. So again, like this. Then you do this, which is 5th and 3rd string, but before plucking the 3rd string, you need to lift your pinky and put down your middle finger into the 7th fret of the 3rd string. So something like this. starting very slowly from the beginning. So after getting to the your middle finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, you do this. After that, so after your middle finger, you go back to your ring finger. And then the last 4 are like this, is this sequence. You lift again both the pinky and the middle finger, so you remain just with these 2 fingers, and you do 1st, 2nd, 5th, 3rd. So again very slowly. You see, I put down my middle finger and then lift it up at the end. Look at that. Then you go to this position, which is essentially you have to start with your index on the 1st fret of the 6th string, and then middle and ring fingers on the 3rd frets of 5th and 4th strings, and the other strings are. So you start with the 6th string, and then you do. Actually, you also have to put the pinky on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. So you start with the 6th string, then you do 2nd and 3rd strings, and then you do, and then you play simultaneously the 1st and 4th strings, and then again the 2nd and 3rd strings, so like this. After this you play the 5th string, so which is a G, a C, and then the open G, and then the 3rd fret on the 4th string, so again from the beginning. Your pinky into the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, so halfway through this chord you need to move your pinky from the 3rd fret of the 1st string to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, like this, to hit this D. The very end you again lift up the pinky. So this is quite the tricky part of this one, is that you start with the pinky on the 1st string, you then move it to the second string, and then you lift it up again at the very end of this riff. So that to me is kind of the tricky part of that, because you have already quite a slightly uncomfortable position, but then you can try. So the last two notes are actually the E and B strings. So let's start from the beginning. Fast again. Hope you liked it. Takes a bit of time. Remember to tune your B string down to an A, and then that's it. I mean, the rest of the song is pretty easy. It goes into this kind of shape. On the third fret is a C chord. And then it goes into this, which is from bottom to top is first fret on the first string, pinkie, third fret on the third string, and then ring finger, third fret of the sixth string. And this one instead is a C chord essentially, without leaving the G string open. So that's it. Hope you liked it, and just keep playing Kings of Convenience. They're the best.